All right, back to a little John Deere history here. These are some price bulletins that I figured I would go through, along with some other bulletins I'll go through in later video. If you like these videos, leave a comment below. They typically don't get a lot of views, but I figured I would at least... I enjoy doing these videos because I enjoy doing the research and getting in the literature and reading. Up first, we have a December 2nd, 1963 bulletin. So this would be for 35.51 and up, so 1964 lawn and garden machines, and I figured I would get down to the prices. So here we have a 110 tractor, all-purpose tires. Net, shipping weight was 560 pounds, and the list price was $681. This was in 1963. $681 in today's money is $5,654. If you wanted a tractor with high flotation tires, both front and rear, you're going to spend $727, which is just a tick over $6,000 in today's money. So let's put a package together. Let's take we'll do the traction tires. I mean, the top two were both $681, and we'll also do a rear flotation tires. So on the next page, we have, we're just going to set this thing up to do snow removal and mow. So we'll need a pair of chains, 6x12 pair of chains, $13.75. That's $114 in today's money. And this is in September of 2019, if anybody's watching this later. At the same time, obviously, we're going to need a pair of rear weights. A pair of rear weights is going to be $27.50. which oddly enough equates to $228 today, which is, I can't remember what a pair of rear wheel weights is, but I think it's pretty close to that as a pair. Also, we're going to need a deck. So if we get down to the 38 rotary mower 3-blade deck, we've got with gauge wheels and leaf mulcher, $141. $141 is $1,170 in today's money. A 36 inch blower, 270 degree swivel rotation discharge spout is going to be $185, which equates to $1,536 in today's money. If you throw all those options together, if you just take the regular all-purpose rear tires, the traction rear tires, not the high flotation tires, you have a grand total of about $1,050. In 1963, and if you equated that in today's money, it's almost $8,700. Meanwhile, if you take the high flotation, you're looking at a cost, obviously a little bit above, because you get the almost $40, 50 bucks in between the two models here, and you're looking at today's cost $9,084 if you do all the math to do the inflation. So $9,084 for a 110 1964. It's a lot of money, if you ask me. So we'll keep going back a little bit and do some more prices. Here's one from June 22nd, 1964. This is the power takeoff. So you have your power takeoff attachments, $57.25, which is $475. If you had a 1963 or 1964, undoubtedly this was probably released for the 1965 model year. If you had a 1963 or 64, you had to have a special engine drive sheave for $6.60, and I haven't done the math on that. I'll flip back a little bit. On to the other attachments you could buy for these machines. I figured I would go through that, and so this is October 30th, 64. Keep in mind that the 80 cart actually, I don't even know if you could get the 80 cart yet, because a lot of times it's listed as being available in November of 64. In fact, let's flip back in this binder and I can hopefully show you that information. Let me see where I'm at. Yeah. All right. So on this page right here, 82-wheel dump cart, capacity 8 cubic feet or 900 pounds, dimensions, availability, November of 1964. So that was the availability on the, I'm losing my pages here. That was availability on the 80 cart. So obviously this bulletin was showing that the 80 dump cart was available with either the wheelbarrow type tires or the high flotation tires, which a lot of people assume that the 80 cart always came with, the first year always came with the wheelbarrow type tires. When in fact, I mean, obviously this shows that that is not the case. The wheelbarrow type tires, it was $87.50. That's $726 in today's money. And if you wanted the high flotation tires, it was $855 in today's money, or $103 in 1964. The front mounted air compressor, the Model 20 air compressor, was $150.25. That's little over $1,200 in today's money. Meanwhile, if you wanted a 30-inch rotary tiller, it was $214, and that's $1,760 in today's money. Obviously, you'd have to add the hitch and a couple other things. If you got the rotary tiller, things like that, you could get the 38-inch cut, which added the extension on there. This is just some really cool information. The extension itself was $13.50, which we know from the chains is about $115 basically. I've just gone through and picked out some of the cooler cooler things in this binder. Thought this one was really cool. A special Christmas offer for 64. Effective December 1st, 1964 and continuing until midnight, and December 24th, finance charge may be waived. Waived on-time deals for the number 110 garden tractor. Basically, interest was waived until April 1st of 1965. So, kind of cool. Probably not a lot of these around. Really, really glad to have something like this. I really enjoy this type of literature. So let's see here. Revised prices on sprayers. So sprayers I haven't talked a lot about. I don't think I have a lot written down on sprayers. But in terms of prices already done. But you could obviously get the 5A and you could get the 7 integral sprayer. The 5A was the pull type with the Briggs, the 2.5 horsepower Briggs engine and the bronze pump. It was $208. So, I mean, if we just kind of extrapolate that out, we know that's somewhere around $1,700. Meanwhile, the 7 sprayer, probably somewhere in the neighborhood of, I'm guessing about $13, maybe $13.50. So, kind of cool to see. And these were all the options that you could do with the sprayer, because we have to remember that it says on the sprayer right here, bronze gear pump and handgun with 25 feet of hose. That was it. So you could either get the piston pump, the twin piston pump, which you also needed a dampener to do that. You could get a boom attachment. The boom attachment itself was another, probably $150 in today's money. A boom instead of handgun will only cost $13, so you're giving up your handgun for a boom, which I don't know why you'd want to do that. And then here's all the rest of the stuff. The pressure surge dampener that you would need with a piston pump was $560, so on and so forth. So kind of cool looking through those in terms of prices, just to see how all that how much everything was. This is addition to the sprayers, because we have to remember that the sprayers were produced in Des Moines, the Des Moines Works, I believe. Yes, Des Moines Works. I was looking for a note somewhere. Anyway, sprayers were produced in Des Moines. Meanwhile, all the rest of the accessories came out of Horicon, Wisconsin. And so we have all the rest of the accessories and how much they cost: chains, rear weights, integral hitch, slab weight, rear weight brackets. The red Christmas ribbon, 80 cents. Love to have one of those now. I'm sure that would not be a lot more than 80 cents. So on and so forth. I mean, you can see that one can of engine oil was 20 cents. Kind of cool. So on and so forth. Here's all the brackets and whatnot for the umbrellas. Cigarette lighter was $3.31. So on and so forth. So kind of really cool information. Air carry tank. In 65, the air carry tank was out. This came out of Horicon. Please announce price information on the air carry tank, $20. Kind of cool. And the last thing I wanted to show you, this is one of those things that I always enjoy, things like this. So this is a parts bulletin. This is from January '64. Please make the following corrections immediately in your repair parts catalog or repair parts records to eliminate errors in ordering parts. Subject: return of M40161M variator bearings. Please return to Baltimore. Deere has different branch houses. In this particular case, these bulletins came out of Baltimore. You've seen some of my bulletins from St. Louis, Minneapolis. I've got some from San Francisco, things like that. The M40161M bearings will be available only as an assembly, AM30082M, which is the center variator sheave with the bearing pressed in place. Most likely they did this because they could have better control over those bearings being pressed in place in the factory than they could in the shop. Order an additional quantity of AM30082M assembly to cover the M40161M parts returned for credit. So kind of cool. Next revision of parts catalog 855 will show the above substitutions. I'd have to get in my parts catalogs to see if I have that actual substitution, if I have the original parts catalog compared to the update to 855. So kind of cool. Credit will not be allowed for this item after February 14th, 1964. So they basically had a month to do it. But that is it for this video. I've talked for almost 12 minutes now on some really cool stuff. And coming up, I will get into, probably in the next couple weeks, I would like to get into some of these bulletins. Service procedure for transaxles and 110 tractors. If you have questions, leave them below. I try to do one of these every now and then. Been pretty crappy weather here, and so I haven't been outside much. But yeah, so thanks for watching.